Where I am from, laughter is a precious commodity. There's always a joke to be told if you're born into a family of comedians. But for people like me, a smile is reserved for special occasions. You see, I am a witch. Not the kind you read about in storybooks, mind you, but a witch nonetheless, living in secrecy in the heart of Ghana. Witches are outlawed here, you know. The laws are harsh and the punishments severe. Just the suspicion of witchcraft can turn a neighbor into a foe, a friend into an accuser. This is why I live a double life. During the day, I am Akosua, a humble trader selling yams and plantains at the market. I haggle and banter with customers, exchanging pleasantries and gossip. But when the sun dips below the horizon, I shed this facade and become someone else entirely. I slip away from the bustling market, leaving behind the noise and chatter. My destination is a secluded grove deep in the forest, a place known only to a select few. It is here, under the cloak of darkness, that I meet with my coven. We are a diverse group, drawn together by our shared secret. There's Easy, a wise old woman with a cackle that could wake the dead. And Kofi, a young man with a mischievous glint in his eyes. We are healers, seers, and protectors of the old ways. Our gatherings are a time for sharing knowledge and performing rituals. We brew potions from herbs and roots, casting spells for protection and prosperity. We dance under the moonlight, our movements a language as old as time. These are the moments when I feel truly alive, when I can shed the weight of my secret and embrace my true self. But living this double life takes its toll. The constant fear of discovery is a heavy burden to bear. I must be careful, always watching my back, lest I betray myself with a careless word or a suspicious action. Even my dreams are haunted by the spectre of exposure. The other day I was sitting at my stall when I overheard a group of women gossiping. They were talking about a woman in a neighboring village who had been accused of witchcraft. The woman had been ostracized, her home burned to the ground. A cold dread washed over me as I listened to their whispers. It could have been me. I try to push these thoughts away, focusing instead on the tasks at hand. I wake up before dawn, preparing for the day ahead. I gather my wares, carefully arranging them in my basket. I make my way to the market, greeting familiar faces along the way. "Ena Akosua, Okiena," they call out, their voices warm and friendly. I respond with a smile, hiding the turmoil within. At the market, I transform into the shrewd trader, haggling with customers over the price of my goods. "Eh me mame woho yefe u," I exclaim, complimenting a woman on her beauty. She laughs, flattered by my attention. I am good at this game, playing the part to perfection. But even in the midst of this hustle and bustle, I cannot escape the weight of my secret. It is a shadow that follows me everywhere, a constant reminder of the danger I face. Every whispered word, every suspicious glance sends a shiver down my spine. When the market day comes to an end, I gather my belongings and make my way home. My house is a modest one, tucked away in a quiet corner of the village. It is my sanctuary, a place where I can shed the mask and be myself. I light a candle, casting an eerie glow across the room. I sit down at my table, a worn-out book in my hands. It is an ancient tome, filled with secrets passed down from generation to generation. I open the book, tracing the faded script with my finger. The words seem to come alive, whispering ancient wisdom into my ears. I spend hours poring over the book, learning about herbs and spells, rituals and incantations. This is my escape, my solace. It is here, in the quiet of my home, that I feel most connected to my heritage, to the power that flows within me. But as the night wears on, a sense of unease settles over me. I cannot shake the feeling that I am being watched, that my secret is no longer safe. I get up from my table, moving to the window. I peer out into the darkness, searching for any sign of danger. I see nothing but shadows, but the feeling of unease persists. I know that I cannot stay here any longer. I must leave, seek refuge in the forest, where I can be truly myself. I gather a few essentials, throwing them into a small bag. I blow out the candle, plunging the room into darkness. I slip out of the house, moving silently through the village. My heart pounds in my chest as I make my way to the forest, the darkness swallowing me whole. In the forest, I feel a sense of relief wash over me. I am home, surrounded by the familiar sights and sounds of nature. I make my way to the sacred grove, the place where I meet with my coven. I find my fellow witches already gathered, their faces illuminated by the flickering light of a bonfire. They greet me warmly, their voices a balm to my troubled soul. We sit together, sharing stories and laughter. For a moment I forget my worries, lost in the camaraderie of my fellow witches. But as the night wears on, the reality of my situation comes crashing back. I know that I cannot stay here forever. I must return to the village, to my life of secrecy and deception. As I prepare to leave, Asi, the wise old woman, takes my hand. Akosua, she says, her voice gentle, remember who you are. You are a witch, a bearer of ancient wisdom. Do not let fear control you. Her words give me strength. I nod, a newfound determination in my eyes. I say my goodbyes, then turn and walk back into the forest. The darkness closes in around me, but I am no longer afraid. I am a witch, and I will not be silenced. The path ahead is uncertain, but I am ready to face whatever challenges come my way. I will continue to live my double life, walking the line between secrecy and exposure. I will continue to practice my craft, honoring the traditions of my ancestors. And I will continue to hope for a day when witches can live freely without fear of persecution. For I am a witch, and I am proud.